Civil forfeiture allows law enforcement to take property from citizens without charging anyone with a crime, which they then hand off to the government, who get to sell it for profit. When these rules first came into place, they were meant to deter crime, but it's now suggested that it's turning cops into robbers, that government is using these laws as a way to make a profit, and it's one of the biggest threats to property rights out there. And now there's a story unfolding out of Orillia, Ontario, where Margaret and Terry Riley own rental properties. Margaret is the daughter of a priest at a local Anglican church, and Terry works with the city's homeless committee. So it was only natural for them to convert some of their single-family rentals into spaces for rent for low-income tenants. They knew that some of their tenants had questionable pasts and track records, but that's exactly why they wanted to help these people out. But things went sideways for the couple when in 2008, the police found that illegal drug activity was occurring at two of the residences, and shortly after, they were taken over by the Government of Ontario's Director of Asset Management, where they were left unoccupied and to deteriorate since Margaret and Terry were stripped of landlord rights. The couple were forced to stand by and watch it all happen, even though they had never been found guilty of or were involved in any crime. And then in 2012, the Government of Ontario took over the properties. They said that the tenants had been paying for their rent with the proceeds of crime. As I mentioned, the Rileys were never found guilty of any crime. It was actually the tenants that were. And the seizure of their properties was based solely on assumptions. This was a couple that was trying to help their community out of the kindness of their hearts. And this is only one example. I've told you about Bruce Montague and his struggle with the Ontario government to get his home back after letting his gun license expire in an act of civil disobedience. He actually served jail time for that, but it simply wasn't enough for the government, and they then went after his family's home. He got it back, by the way. And in the United States, the problem appears to be much worse. For example, in 2011, Philadelphia made over 6,000 forfeiture petitions for things like cars, cash, and homes. And from 2002 to 12, that city took in $64 million alone, $25 million of which went to pay for salaries. That's telling, isn't it? Not only is this unconstitutional and a threat to property rights, but it's as if the police are now looking for profit over justice. And another thing, if this can happen to Bruce Montague and the Rileys, it can happen to any one of us. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the link to the side to sign up for Rebel emails so that you don't miss any of our updates.